White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow is brushing off concerns over a widening U.S. trade deficit.
Good nor bad, it just is. But we have to have tough reciprocal trading policies with our neighbors.
So here to weigh in, a member of the Independent Women's Forum, former New York Congresswoman Nan Hayworth. Nan, thank you for coming on the show.
Great to be with you, Kristen. Thank you.
So, Nan, let's start by just kind of digging into some of these numbers a bit. You have trade deficit in goods with the rest of the world. It just rose to its highest level in history. Yes. You also have a trade deficit with China, which has also reached a record high. And then you have Larry Kudlow coming on Fox News Sunday and saying, well, it's neither good nor bad, it just is. Right. Do you agree with that?
I do, Kristen, for a number of reasons. And, of course, this is one of the reasons it's so great to have Larry Kudlow so close to the president in the administration, because as a lot of folks know, there are many ways to measure the United States' economic strength vis-a-vis trading partners around the world. The balance of goods tends to favor American consumers. We buy an awful lot of goods, but if you look at the total picture, and this argument has been made many times, if you look at capital investment in the United States, if you look at the way services are sold around the world, the United States really is not in jeopardy there. And Larry is right that we do want to even the playing field. We have a very unfair trading relationship right now with China, particularly as it concerns intellectual property. We want to balance that, and the president has agreed with Larry, and I agree with both of them. We want to eliminate tariffs and trade barriers ultimately, but I agree with Larry that we don't have to be alarmed about this trade figure.
So while that is just one snapshot of how the overall economy is doing, it's still something. I mean, President Trump has said repeatedly that he wants to level the playing field by renegotiating these trade deals. But, you know, despite 2 years of these America First policies, you still have this ballooning trade deficit. So while, in your words, this may not be too bad for the overall economy, is it a problem for President Trump politically?
I think, you know, Kristen, so much is going to depend on how President Trump handles his own approach to this issue. And in the broader picture, the greatest thing the president could do for America's producers, workers, and consumers is to eliminate barriers in our own economy. And he has done that. He has deregulated from day one. He has provided us with tax cuts that have helped advantage our small businesses and our American workers. He has put dollars into our pockets. And in fact, our greater purchasing power is indeed reflected in the fact that, we are buying goods and services not only from our fellow citizens in the United States, but all around the world. So, Kristen, I think a lot is going to depend on how the president not only performs, and he has built our leverage. That's very important. No one's done it the way he has for a long, long time. That's great leadership.
So
but
much
also
of this,
on how he addresses it.
Sure. So much of this hinges on whether or not President Trump is able to strike a trade deal with China. There are reports that he's trying to do that by this spring. And Larry Kudlow was asked about the likelihood of that happening this morning on Fox News Sunday. Here's what he said.
Play that from the optimistic side. I will take the over on that, just as with economic growth.
Over meaning?
Over meaning good, yes.
Okay.
Positive.
Sometimes
bullish.
So he's bullish on the prospect of a trade deal with China. Are you?
Yeah. I'm very confident in Larry Kudlow's ability to prognosticate, and I'm very confident in the president's resolve to get this done, Kristen. And he has given us the greatest leverage possible by strengthening our economy, by putting Americans back to work at record levels, by putting more dollars in Americans' pockets. It's very true. We want to eliminate trade barriers. We want to eliminate tariffs. We have to be able to negotiate from a position of strength. It is not easy to do. We have a lot of challenges with China, and we do depend a lot on China for, that relationship. But I think he's putting the maximum pressure on them that he can. And if anybody can do it, I think this president can.
I got to leave it there. And I know you say that you're confident in Kudlow's abilities, but as Kudlow said today, he said it's not up to me in the end. It's up to President Trump. So to use one of his favorite phrases, we'll see what happens. Nan
Thank you,
Hayworth, thank you so much.